previous videos, I have discussed about the conduction and convection process. But today, I will first discuss little bit about the overall heat transfer coefficient, and after that we will solve all the previous year questions asked from 1990 to 2020. So you see here that friends, overall heat transfer coefficient is equivalent to the net heat transfer coefficient when conduction and convection processes takes place simultaneously. Means जब हमारा कंडक्शन एंड कन्वेक्शन प्रोसेस दोनों एक साथ होगा तब we will calculate the overall heat transfer coefficient, so that we can use the overall heat transfer coefficient to calculate our how much heat is passed through that material. So you see here, first of all you see here that I have written that Q conduction means heat transfer through the conduction is Ka dt by dx and Q convection is Ha delta T. Means I think this both you already have studied, and heat transfer Q is equal to temperature difference divided by resistance, and then after Q overall means overall heat transfer through that material means when both conduction and convection processes takes place simultaneously, then we can't use either conduction process theory or convection process theory. First thing we should do that we should calculate the overall heat transfer coefficient. Means here I have written denoted with U. Here you see that Q overall is equal to U A T naught minus Ti means delta T. And friends, you see little bit about the units of overall heat transfer coefficient. Its unit is watt per meter square per Kelvin. Means its unit is same as the unit of H means convective heat transfer coefficient, but its unit is not same as the unit of conductive heat transfer coefficient, that is K. Means K by X is equivalent to the unit of U. So you should take care about this because many times we have to apply this in the questions. And friends, here I have written how we can derive the equation for overall heat transfer coefficient. Friends, I have told you previously also that we have to get master and we have to get perfect in calculating the overall resistance, that is net resistance. Here you can see that when all the materials are arranged in series combination, then we are calculating the overall resistance, that is R overall is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 dot 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 Rn. And when we are replacing, here you can see that friends, here in case of overall heat transfer you can see that UA delta T means if we are going to calculate the resistance in this case, then we can get that 1 by UA means 1 by UA is the resistance in case of overall heat transfer coefficient. And I think all of you know that R1 R2 means in the previous lectures I have told you that 1 by H1A1 plus delta X2 by K2 X2 means here friends you notice here that both conduction and convection processes takes place simultaneously. So I have combining both the equations of conduction and convection. So when you cancel out A in both RHS and LHS, then you can get that 1 by U is equal to 1 by H1 plus delta X2 by K2 plus delta X3 dot 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 means whatsoever. Suppose N materials are given, then you can write it as N for N materials. It's not very tough thing. You can easily write. And friends, you know, take care that many students left. They calculate the 1 by U value, they can get the 1 by U value, and they simply put in this equation, put in this overall heat transfer equation, and they got the wrong answer. Because after that we have to do U, we have to calculate the U, that is divide the whole thing by 1 means 1 by whatever I have calculated for 1 by U, then you have to get its reverse and you have to calculate the U value, and after that you can put the values and you can solve the problems. Once again that you see this means read this portion very carefully and you analyze each and every term and you can get clear with your concepts, because all the questions asked upon this means mostly question asked upon the heat transfer is based upon these things only. So if you get perfect in this, then you can easily able to solve the questions. So I think you all should study it very carefully. And now friends, coming to the questions, you see the first question. It is very easy question. Friends, you read the question. Friends, don't be panic that the question is looking very lengthy or very big. Then you don't think that it is going to be tough. Its solution is very easy. Once you think you do that, read the question carefully. And friends, notice that some extra data are also given in the questions so that you can get confused. But don't be confused that. Here you see the question that flux is 500 watt per meter square of heat flux is passing from one material to other, thickness is 10 mm and the thermal conductivity of material is 1.5 watt per meter per degree centigrade, and the heat transfer coefficient, convective heat transfer coefficient of fluid is 100 watt per meter square and the temperature of convective fluid is 40 degrees centigrade, and remaining things are given, and it is asking about what is the temperature of surface to which fluid heat flux is supplied. Means it is asking about the T1 value, means surface of material at which the heat flux is supplied. So I think all of you know the formula for conductive heat transfer. I think all of you remember in the previous lectures I have told about that. That is minus Ka delta T2 minus T1 divided by L. And if you put the minus sign, then you can get Ka into T1 minus T2 divided by L. Here you should simply apply that logic, and the flux is given, that is, friends, you all know that flux is equivalent to the amount of heat transfer per unit area. Flux of anything is that material divided by the area. Means आपको ये याद रखना है, flux अगर magnetic flux हो, electric flux हो, and heat flux हो, and any type of flux, whenever it is given, then it is always considering per unit area. Suppose electric flux is given, means that amount of electricity passed per unit area. Magnetic flux similarly per unit area. Means whenever they are talking about the flux, means they are clearly mentioned that it is passing per unit area. Here also the same thing, Q by A is equal to K into T1 minus T2 divided by X, and remaining things you can put in the equation and you can get the answer. Friends, it is very easy. I don't think you should feel any difficulty in solving this question. And friends, now see the another question. Here it is given that the thicknesses are given, thicknesses of different materials are given, and their thermal conductivity is given, and they are asking about the overall resistance of the material. In the previous video I have told you about the resistance, that is RTH is equal to delta X divided by Ka. Means this is the formula for calculating the resistance. Now you simply see it in the question. It is asking that resistance. Friends, you can see here that it is given that meter square Kelvin per kilowatt. Means resistance unit you have to remember when it is given in, means here they are not talking about the area, they are simply given that area is given. So you should little bit take care about the units, and remaining things are easy. I think all of you have calculated. Here you see that I have calculated in this. R overall is equal to, means resistance overall is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 dot Rn. So you can simply put the resistance values, and friends, you can see here that the area of both LHS and RHS are equal, so they can get cancelled out, and remaining things you can get here. So similarly here also they have put that only, that is delta X divided by Kc plus delta H divided by Kh plus dot, means 4 terms are given. You simply write the 4 terms and you can get the answer. That is, friends, you should take care about the units also. You see that here the units are given in meter square Kelvin per watt. So this is the unit of resistance. So here is the answer, that is 0.2986. another questions. It is very easy. I think all of you can able to solve it. It is asked in XE means Food Life Sciences examination, GATE examination. So here the rate of heat transfer is given and the temperatures are given. Both T1, T2 values are given. And it is asking about the convective heat transfer coefficient. I think all of you know that the equation which I have told you in the previous lecture, that is for convective heat transfer coefficient, QH is equal to HA T2 minus T1. So friends, you simply apply this logic and you can get the convective heat transfer coefficient value, that is 10 watt per meter square per degree Celsius. And now friends, see the another question. It has given that the convective heat transfer coefficient is given, that is H value is given. No, H value it is asking, and it has given the K value it has given, and the delta value means thickness it is given, and it is asking about the H value. I have given you the concept of critical thickness of insulation. Here you see that R0 is equal to K by H. Means from we have to calculate in the question, we have to calculate the H value, and here and we all know the relationship, that is R0 is equal to K by H. So we can simply use that relationship and we can get the H value, that is H is equal to K by R0. Means here in terms of R0 it is given delta, so you put that delta value, that is thickness value, and you can get the 16.67 answer. Friends, suppose many times we don't understand what to do and how to get formula or these things. I will tell you another logic how you can solve this question by unit and dimension. Friends, you see that the unit of convective heat transfer coefficient, it is asking in watt per meter square per Kelvin. And it has given that the thermal conductivity unit is watt per meter per Kelvin, and it has given the thickness it has given in the question. So friends, we have it has given in watt per meter per Kelvin, and we have to calculate in watt per meter square per Kelvin. Means we have to divide something in terms of meter, in terms of length, then only we can get in the required unit whatever it is asking. So if you don't know anything or any formula regarding this, you don't have to be panicked. You simply read the question carefully and you analyze what should I do, then I can get the value in terms of this unit. Then you can get conclusion that you have to divide it by the length. Means here the length, only thing about the length is given, that is the distances are given. So you should simply divide by distance and you can get the answer, that is required unit. फ्रेंड्स, ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आप यूनिट डायमेंशन से इजीली सॉल्व कर सकते हो. आपको केवल यूनिट, जिस यूनिट में आंसर हमारा रिक्वायरमेंट है उस यूनिट को फुलफिल करना है. आफ्टर दैट यू कैन गेट द आंसर. नाउ फ्रेंड्स, सी अनदर क्वेश्चन. इट इज saying that the thermal conductivity is given in the question and the temperatures, both the temperatures are given and the heat flux is given, and it is asking about the thickness of material, means thickness of wall. I think this is the question of conduction. All of you know that Q is equal to Ka delta T by delta X, and you can calculate the X value, that is 0.345. You can easily solve this. And now friends, see another question. Friends, this question is based upon conservation of heat. I think I have told you in the previous video lectures about the latent heat and specific heat differences. Means I have clearly teach you about latent heat and specific heat. So if you have any doubt, you can watch that video, but I think this question is very easy and you are able to solve it very easily. So you see here that it is saying that 1 kg of water at 50 degrees centigrade, it is means meeting another with ice, means water is meeting with ice which is present at 0 degree temperature. So after few times the water temperature is reduced reduced to 0 degree. So it is asking how much ice the water can melt. Friends, simply use the conservation of heat principle here. Whatever the heat lost by the water is equal to the heat gained by the ice. And all of you know that ice requires some heat to be melted. That is m into lambda. Means here lambda is the latent heat of condensation of ice and is equal to m into Cp into delta T. Here Cp is the specific heat of water. So you simply put the equation and you can get the amount of ice, that is 0.62 kg. Now friends, here you see another question. It is a theoretical question, but friends, here you can derive one formula that you can apply anywhere. If you are comfortable with remembering the formulas, then you can get one formula derived here, which is useful in further questions. I will show you that this year 2020 question is asked upon this concept is easily solved by this using this formula. Friends, it is saying that Q amount of heat is passed from one side of slab and two slabs are joined together facing each other at a temperature of T1, and the rightmost side slab has temperature T2 and having thickness of X and X1. मीन्स दो स्लैब है, दोनों स्लैब को अपन ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं और फर्स्ट स्लैब का जो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का टेम्परेचर है वो T1 है और सेकंड स्लैब का जो राइट मोस्ट साइड का टेम्परेचर है वो T2 है और दोनों स्लैब को जो ज्वाइन करते हैं तो उनके कांटेक्ट फेस का जो टेम्परेचर है वो T है एंड दोनों स्लैब के थिकनेस X एंड X1 रेस्पेक्टिवली है. तो फ्रेंड्स, in such type of questions we are always going by amount of heat passes through the first slab is equal to the amount of heat passes through the second slab. Means Q is equal to Q dash, that is Ka into, you first thing you should do that write the heat equation for the first slab. Let us first assume that the contact surface has the temperature T. Friends, you have to remember that always the contact surface has temperature T which is less than the temperature T1 and greater than the temperature T2. Means contact surface का जो temperature होगा वो हमेशा T1 से छोटा होगा और T2 से बड़ा होगा. मीन्स दोनों के बीच में जो सरफेस है उसका टेम्परेचर हमेशा दोनों T1 T2 के बीच में ही आएगा. You have to remember this concept. So for the first slab you write that Ka into T1 minus T divided by X, and for slab 2 you can write Ka into T minus T2 divided by X1, and after that you put equation 1 is equal to equation 2. You simply put here and you can get the T value, that is T1 X1 plus T2 X2 divided by X1 plus X2. Friends, you put that equation in this question. I think you can easily get the answer of that. Means here a little bit means X1 X2 values are different, so you have to consider X1 X2 values and T1 T2 values and K1 K2 values, and remaining things you can easily, this question asked in 2020 you can easily solve by that formula also. If you are comfortable with by remembering the formulas, you can solve by that also. Now friends, see another question. It is also very easy question. It is based upon the specific heat. Friends, 100 kg milk is cooled from 335 Kelvin to 273 Kelvin and a specific heat is given 0.93 and it is asking calculate the amount of heat removed. So you simply put all the values and you can get. Friends, here you see that it is not specified that a specific heat of milk is 0.93 kilocalorie. Friends, it should have to read here it is misprint that it should be written like that 0.93 kilocalorie, then only you can get the answer in kilocalorie. Remaining things are easy. Now friends, see another question. It is also very good question. You don't be panic by seeing such type of questions. Means when you are seeing that questions, you only have to keep your focus in calculating the resistance. Means friends, only you have to calculate the net resistance or overall heat transfer coefficient. If you are able to do these both things, then you can easily able to solve such type of questions. So only things you have to take care about this type of questions into calculate how to calculate the resistance, overall resistance. Here friends, see the question. The stainless steel has K value that is 19 with 2 cm internal diameter and 4 cm external diameter, and it is covered by a 3 cm layer of asbestos insulation that is K is 0.2 watt per meter per Kelvin, and the temperature inside outside is 120 and 40 degrees centigrade, and it is asking heat loss per meter of length. So friends, here you first try to understand the question. What is saying here? It is saying that there is a cylinder which has the internal radius of 2 cm, internal diameter of 2 cm and external diameter of 4 cm. And on the circumference of this cylinder, they have put an insulation layer of asbestos material that is of 3 cm thickness. Means जो इंसुलेटिंग मटेरियल की थिकनेस है, मीन्स हमारे सिलेंडर के सर्कमफेरेंस पे वो 3 सेंटीमीटर का लेयर है, एंड द इनसाइड आउटसाइड टेम्परेचर इज गिवन. सो फ्रेंड्स, फर्स्ट थिंग you should do in this questions, that first thing calculate all the radiuses, means R1, R2, R3, R4, whatever, how many materials it has put, you first do calculate all the radiuses. Here first thing you see that R1 is equal to 2 by 2, means internal radius of cylinder is 2 by 1 centimeter, and R2 means external radius is 2 centimeter. And now friends, you see that total radius of cylinder plus insulating material means R3 is equal to 2 plus 3, means here you see that 2 is the outer radius of the cylinder, and after the outer radius they have put a layer of 3 centimeter. Friends, many students are confused that they are simply putting, means while calculating the R3 value they are confused that they are simply adding both these, means they are doing like that 4 plus 3 they are doing means 7 and divide by 2, then they are getting that 3.5, that is total answer. Friends, you don't be confused that it is totally, means आपको ये सोचना है कि वो जो रेडियस है उसके ऊपर से 3 सेंटीमीटर का लेयर लगा रखा है, इसलिए आपको कभी भी डायमीटर और थिकनेस को ऐड करके और उसमें फिर डिवाइडेड बाय 2 कभी नहीं करना है. आपको हमेशा पहले रेडियस कैलकुलेट करनी है, इंटरनल रेडियस एंड एक्सटर्नल रेडियस, एंड आफ्टर दैट आपको लेयर की थिकनेस को ऐड करना है. आप कभी भी डायमीटर पे ऐड मत करना, अदरवाइज यू विल डेफिनेटली गेट द रॉन्ग आंसर. फ्रेंड्स, आई हैव टोल्ड यू अबाउट द फॉर्मूला फॉर कैलकुलेटिंग द थिकनेस एंड resistance and amount of heat transfer through the cylinder. You see here that resistance for cylindrical body is ln R0 by Ri divided by 2 pi KL. But friends, in the question it is given that the L value it is asking about the amount of heat transfer per meter of length. So you don't have to take care about the L value. You can ignore the length value. And here you see that when a number of cylinders or a number of layers are given, then RTH means R total is equal to ln R2 by R1 divided by K1 plus ln R3 by R2. I think all of you know this formula. In the previous lecture I have told you. So friends, you can easily apply that concept in this equation. You first calculate the resistance, that is ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL plus ln R3 by R2 divided by 2 pi K naught L, means here KSS is 19 watt per meter Kelvin and Ka is 0.2. So you should calculate R net is equal to R1 plus R2, and after that you divide that R net value with the temperature difference, means Q is equal to delta T, means 120 minus 40 divided by ln 2 by 1 divided by 2 pi into 19 plus ln 5 by 2 divided by 2 pi into 0.2 is equal to, you can get the answer, that is 109 watt per meter. Friends, here it is asking in watt per meter, so you need not have to take care about the L value. You can simply get the L value, length in the LHS, and you can get the answer. That is very easy. And friends, similarly on the same concept, this time 1995 it is asked, and at the same concept 1996 it is asked, and same things are given. Friends, you see here also, internal diameter 5 cm, surface temperature 120 degree centigrade, 1 cm thickness of a steel pipe, and insulation is 3 cm thickness, and then the steady state conductor, and insulating temperature is 30 degree centigrade, and the thermal conductivity for different materials are given, and it is asking heat loss per meter. Here also, friends, in the previous question also it is asking heat loss per meter, means we don't have to consider about the length value, means length we can easily ignore here also. So you do the same thing, that is Ti minus T naught divided by R1 plus R2, means you friends, you have to only take care about how to calculate the resistance. I think all of you know that for cylindrical body, the formula for resistance is ln R naught by Ri divided by 2 pi KL. Here also same things are given, and both the resistances are given in series combination. So you can do R net is equal to net resistance is equal to R1 plus R2. You can simply do, and you can get here also the answer, that is 34.67. I think all of you can able to solve this question. And friends, see here in 1996 again the same question is repeated in 1998. Friends, that's why I told you that you try to solve all the GATE previous year questions, because friends, there is nothing greater than no other material, no other thing is above the GATE previous year questions. Means GATE, whatever the GATE has asked in the 30 years, it will the same thing it will ask in 31st year also. Maximum 2 to 4 marks questions are different. Remaining all questions are same repeated, all concepts are repeated. Friends, you should take care about this. GATE ने जो पिछले 30 सालों में जो क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं, जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स उसने पूछे हैं, वो सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स एग्रीकल्चर के सिलेबस के रिगार्डिंग ही रहते हैं. इसलिए जितने भी कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, आप केवल उन कॉन्सेप्ट्स को अंडरस्टैंड कर लो और उन क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व कर लो. देन जो नेक्स्ट ईयर में मींस 30 इयर्स में सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑलमोस्ट खत्म हो गए, मींस ऑलमोस्ट 90% कॉन्सेप्ट्स कवर हो गए हैं. सो आप जो 31st ईयर में जो पेपर आएगा वो डेफिनेटली प्रीवियस ईयर से ही रिलेटेड होता है. इसलिए आपको प्रीवियस ईयर को जितने अच्छे से अच्छे, मींस इफ यू आर एबल टू सॉल्व इट 2 टाइम्स देन यू सॉल्व 2 टाइम्स, इफ 3 टाइम्स देन 3 टाइम्स, मींस एज मच एज यू कैन सॉल्व द प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर्स that are sufficient to score under top 20. Now friends, see the question. It is also same concept question. Temperatures, both the temperatures are given 150 degree centigrade, 30 degree centigrade, and internal and external radiuses are given, and K value is given, and it is asking about the, and friends here see that for 1 meter length of pipe, means here in the previous questions the length is not given, it is asking about per meter length, but here the length value is given, that is 1 meter. So we don't have to take care about the length, because here also 1 meter means 1, if you divide or multiply same answer will come. So you see that resistance R1 is equal to ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL, and friends R2 is equal to ln R3 by R2 divided by 2 pi K to L. And friends, you see that for calculating the R3 value, you see that I have told you initially only that the first thing when you see such type of questions, the first thing you should do that calculate the resistance radius values, means internal radius, external radius. You don't do the calculations on the diameter because you can get wrong when you are calculating with the diameter. So first thing you should calculate the radiuses, means R1 R2 values, and in R2 value you should add the insulating material thickness. You should not add the insulating material thickness in the diameter, external diameter of the cylinder. You should add the insulating material thickness in the external radius of the cylinder. आपको हमेशा रेडियस में थिकनेस ऐड करनी है, ना कि डायमीटर में. इफ अगर आपने डायमीटर में ऐड कर दी देन डेफिनेटली आपका आंसर जो होगा वो रॉन्ग आएगा. सो यू शुड टेक केयर अबाउट दैट. First thing you should do, calculate all the radiuses whatever the given in the question, and remaining things are easy. You can put the values and you can get the answer, that is 267.75. Friends, now see another question. It is saying that very easy question, convective heat transfer coefficient 5 watt per meter square Kelvin and 2 mm thickness is given and thermal conductivity is asking. I think all of you can know that previously we have done same type of question. So friends, whatever I said na, previous year questions are repeated in the GATE examination. Either it is repeated after 10 years or after 15 years or after 5 years. But it should be concept or questions. Means concepts are definitely repeated from the previous years. So you should go thorough with the concepts. So here you can solve by two methods. Either you can put the relationship for critical thickness of insulation, that is RC is equal to K by H, and here K value you can calculate, that is H into RC, that is 0.01, and otherwise you can easily calculate it by using unit and dimension concept, whatever I have told in the previous session. That is unit, simply you calculate the unit of convective heat transfer coefficient is watt per meter square Kelvin per Kelvin, and you have to get your unit answer in terms of unit watt per meter per Kelvin. So you should multiply it the convective heat transfer coefficient with the length value so that you can get your answer in the required unit, and you can easily get it, that is 0.01. And now friends, see another question. It is simply based upon the thermal resistance. I think in the previous lectures I have told you easily about the thermal resistance. That is, thermal resistance is equal to delta X divided by Ka, and you put the delta X and Ka value with perfect unit conversion and you can get the value, that is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 5.